that US has launched a major airstrike in Syria. Initiating Operation Hawkeye Strike is the name that has been given to this operation. We're learning that US forces have hit multiple ISIS targets across Syria in direct response to December 13 attack, in which, remember, one civilian and two US officials were killed in Syria. In fact, we're learning that after that, now, in fact, the United States has launched a major strike in Syria. For more on this, let me go across to my colleague Shrinjoy. Shrinjoy, we're learning that the United States has launched a major strike in Syria, and in fact, the Defense Secretary has said that this is not a war, this is vengeance. So take us through the details.
Yes, Syria, of course, has been a very unsettled country. And just exactly a year ago, President Assad had to flee for his life, and he's currently living in Russia, is what we are hearing. But even the current president, President Sharar, and he has acknowledged this, once close to the Al-Qaeda. He has broken off links from there. And currently, he has established links with a variety of countries, including the West. But there are still ISIS bases in Syria, particularly in the north. And these ISIS bases are particularly strong. And there have been attacks on Americans. And these current attacks, the Operation Hawkeye, is really a retaliation for the attacks on American citizens and American security personnel. And these are widespread attacks. The details are still coming in, but apparently attack helicopters have been used, presumably missiles have been used to strike these targets. And President Trump has made it very clear that this is about vengeance. He's used these words, and he is making it very clear that if you're going to hit Americans, then we will hit you back.
Absolutely, and they have named it Operation Hawkeye. Let's take you through what Donald Trump has posted on social media. He has said, because of ISIS' vicious killing of brave American people in Syria, whose beautiful souls I welcomed home to American soil earlier this week in a very dignified ceremony, I hereby announce that United States is inflicting very serious retaliation, just as I promised, on the murderous terrorists responsible. We are striking very strongly against ISIS strongholds in Syria, place soaked in blood, which has many problems, but one has a bright future if ISIS can be eradicated, is what he has said. The government of Syria, led by a man who's working very hard to bring greatness back to the country, is fully in support of this. All the terrorists who are evil enough to attack Americans are hereby warned. You will be hit harder than you have ever been hit before if you in any way attack or threaten the USA. This is what he has posted on social media. Let's also take you through what the Defense Secretary has said. Remember, he has said that this is not a war, this is a revenge. This is Pete Hegseth, who's the Defense Secretary. Earlier today, U.S. force commenced Operation Hawkeye Strike in Syria to eliminate ISIS fighters, infra and weapon sites in direct response to the attack on U.S. forces that happened on December 13th. Now, this is not a beginning of a war. It is a declaration of vengeance. The United States of America, under President Donald Trump's leadership, will never hesitate and never relent to defend our people. As we said, directly following the savage attack, if you target Americans anywhere in the world, you will spend the rest of your brief, anxious life knowing that the US will hunt you down, find you, and ruthlessly kill you. Today, we hunted and we killed our enemies, lots of them, and we will continue as well. This is sort of a hint that he has also given that this is, in fact, not a war. This is a vengeance, a revenge for the December 13th killing. Now, this is what U.S. Air Force has posted on social media, replying to what in fact, Defense Secretary has said. This is not the beginning of the war, as he said. This is a declaration of the vengeance. The United States of America, under Donald Trump's leadership, will never hesitate and never relent to defend the people. So this is what the Defense Secretary, Air Force and Donald Trump has posted on social media. But very important to point out here, Srinjoy, is that he's come out in support of the Syrian regime. He said that in fact, their leadership is very hardworking. He has no problem with them. But when it comes to terrorists and the attack on his civilians as well as the officials on December 13, he will strike back.
Yes, the Americans fully support the current Syrian president. President Shara has even been to the United States. He was in Qatar recently. He made it very clear that he is against all terrorists. And he has replaced a man who was known for really bloody actions against his own people. That is President Assad, Bashar Assad. Now, one thing is very clear, that if there are attacks on Americans in Syria, the American Central Command, Syria falls under the Central Command, will hit back. And with full support from the current Syrian government, attack ISIS sites in Syria. The fact that there are ISIS sites suggests that, yes, there are still places where terrorists have control in Syria, and these areas have been hit very hard by the U.S. Central Command. As I said, attack helicopters have been used, missiles have been used, and so on. So we will have to see the results of these strikes, the results of Operation Hawkeye.
Absolutely. That is as far as Operation Hawkeye in United States, in fact, is concerned. We're learning that there was a major strike by U.S. on Syria as far as Operation Hawkeye is concerned. Thank you so much, Srinjoy, for getting us all those details. Moving